Sarah's Tarot, how do you overcome that initial hesitancy to do a personal reading that you think may take longer and will be deeper? Is this about like the workload to like lay it out knowing you're going to need to sit with it for a bit? You're going to need to journal a lot. Like you feel like it's going to be like, is it like I have lazy moments. This is like a lazy thing. Like we're like, I just don't want to. Oh, it's anxiety. Oh, I see. You're worried about getting poked at, perhaps with your cards. May take longer and will be deeper. I would say what I say is like, okay, hold on. I'm just going to babble for a second. What I say is like when I was teaching yoga, it's really hard to go to your mat for like an hour practice if you're not really, really, really dedicated and in the habit of it. So my tip for people to get on their mat was always go do a shavasana. If you've ever done yoga, shavasana is like the treat at the end of the practice where you like lay on your back and do some deep breathing. And it's like almost like a nap. Like it's like 5 minutes of like just relaxation. That's it. You're just laying on your back. Anybody can do that. Well, almost anybody can do that if you can get up and down from the floor. Obviously, if you can get comfortable on your back. So I'd say go to your mat and do a shavasana, or go to your mat and do a child's pose. Set a timer. You're going to do it for 1 minute. And if you're done, you get off your mat. But once you're on your mat, you're much more likely to stay on your mat and do a little more. Not always. Sometimes you will literally just go to your mat, do a shavasana, get up and get on with your day. Sometimes you'll go to your mat, you'll do your child's pose, you'll get up and you'll go on with your day. But most of the time, I feel like once you're on your mat, you'll stay there for a little bit. Maybe you'll just do a downward dog. Maybe you'll do some neck stretches. Maybe you'll do a hip opener. And then you'll get up and you'll go back on your day. But if you start with the simplest, easiest thing, you're more likely to stay there. So how do we solve this same problem, but with tarot? Okay, I have been neglecting something about my personal growth work. Let's pretend we're going to play, and I probably have been neglecting something. We're going to play pretend, okay? We're playing pretend. So let's say that's my scenario. And I know it's very likely I'm going to get called out with my cards. And I'm probably going to need to sit with the reading for a while. I really don't want to do that. Your girl does not have time for that shit today, okay? I just don't want to. That sounds like too much. No, thank you. So I'm going to say instead, okay, well, I probably should pull a card and at least do a little check-in, you know? So we're just going to make a commitment that we're going to pull one card to address something about our personal growth process or our healing or whatever it is that we're hesitating to do a big spread on or sit down and really dive into. The goal is this. I'm going to pull one card. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to write for 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute. Maybe I'm going to write one sentence. Let's start with the simplest. I'm going to pull a card and I'm going to write one sentence about this. So I'm going to get out my journal. I'm going to get out my pen. I'm only going to write one sentence. So we're going to the table with the intention that we're going to pull a card and write one sentence. We can do that in like 30 seconds. It's easy breezy. Pull a card, write one sentence. The Page of Wands. And here's what I'm going to write. I'm not going to get in my head about it. I'm not going to think about it. I need to rediscover the magic. That's it. That's all I wrote. I need to rediscover the magic. Done. I'm done. Now I can walk away if I want to. But I know myself. And I'll be like, what magic do I need to rediscover? Where's the magic missing? Maybe I'll just pull one more card. Write one more sentence. Right? Oh, I got the King of Pentacles. We're just going to call me out on the internet right now. Okay. So I'm going to say, sometimes I focus too much on being responsible and taking care of others. Okay, there's a sentence. Okay, well, I don't want to leave it there because now it's like, I mean, I don't know. Feels like incomplete. So I'm going to pull another card and just write a sentence. Page of Pentacles. I think maybe it's that I'm always trying to prove myself. Like I'm legitimately calling myself out on the internet right now. Because I'm just doing the first thing that pops into my head with every card. Let me just do one more. 7 of Wands. And I think I have my answer. When in reality, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I need to feel good about what I'm doing or creating and worry less about others' opinions. Boom. I just got a really meaty, meaningful reading because I committed to just writing down one sentence. And the first sentence was enough. I need to rediscover the magic. I didn't actually ask how. I just pulled another card. I need to rediscover the magic. Oh, let's do this in order. So I said, I need to rediscover the magic. Sometimes I focus too much on being responsible and taking care of others. King of Pentacles. Then I pulled the Page of Pentacles. I think maybe it's that I'm always trying to prove myself. And then finally, the Seven of Wands. When in reality, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I need to feel good about what I'm doing and worry less about others' opinions. Boom. It's a really easy way to come to the table for yourself in a low pressure way. Flow with it. Don't try so hard. And I think sometimes we think, okay, well, for every card, I'm going to need to look it up in the guidebook and then remind myself what it means. No, you don't. When you break all the freaking rules, this is your practice. All you need to do when you come to your table to read for yourself, or you pull up on your bed or wherever you pull your cards, is be willing to take in the first thing that pops into your mind that feels relevant. That's what you just saw me do in real time. I didn't agonize. I didn't try to remind myself what my keyword was for every card. I didn't try to look up what the meaning was. I didn't struggle with the meaning because I didn't worry about it. Who cares if I'm wrong, as long as I get something useful? I think we could, in general, do more of that in our practices. We could do more of getting something useful. There's that freaking Five of Wands again, right? Just what's the first thing that pops into your head that feels like it's resonant for you? I need to say yes to something. I need to take accountability somewhere. Three of Wands. I need to recognize that what I'm looking for is there, and I just need to take steps in that direction. I mean, whatever it is, you know? And if you just write a sentence, you don't get in your own way, you just spit out the first thing that like pops in your head and just roll with it, you can find you get a really meaningful, deep reading with very little effort and mental energy. And I think we get in our heads because we're like, but what if I'm wrong? Like, what if I don't take the right meaning from it? And y'all, I'm making this shit up on the fly. Like, I'm coming to this saying, like, how would I solve this problem? And now, look, I've got an idea for how to solve this problem when I feel it. I just got a really cool reading for myself. I will do this again now. And I wouldn't have made this up or thought this up without this question, which is why I love these Troubleshooting the Tarot streams. It's also why I really like our Badass Unicorn Test Drive the Tarot streams, because we do this kind of thing. We like hash out and hack out practices. It's really freaking cool.